Okay, folks, this is a short play set in New Zealand. It's called Rabbit Warns Gannet, and we are on a cliff top at Cape Kidnappers in New Zealand.
Oh, nearly. Try it again. Oh, nearly.
You birds. No respect for the law of gravity.
What the fudge are you?
Oh dear. As my species now so rare, I must identify myself.
You're louder than the others.
Others? Have you seen more like me?
Every day.
Where? For pity's sake, where?
Oh, right here. They come real close and they stare at us. A bunch just left.
Hold on. Are you referring to the apes?
Well, if that's what you call yourselves.
I'm not one of them.
Aren't you?
I'm a rabbit. How can you mistake me for an ape?
Well, you've got no wings, no beak, and you kind of stink.
Observe my ears. Do apes have long ears?
Oh, they stick out. Your heads are way unstreamlined. I'll bet you suck at diving.
I don't do much diving, except for cover, when the pests are on the hunt.
What pests?
Those apes!
I thought you were related.
Oh, the irony that I, the innocent victim, should be associated with my vicious predators.
They don't bother us.
You gannets can't be very tasty, young chick.
I am not a chick.
True. You're no longer cute and fluffy. You're a spotty juvenile.
I hate my spots.
They're just a phase. Hello? You got something to say to me?
I'm
Hello?
finally fledging. I'm going to soar up over the sky and glide on the wind.
Will you dine on
Well, this is my big day. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm going flying on clouds to glide on the wind. No fish.
Will you dine on clouds? Will you
No.
dine on clouds?
Fish.
Up there?
No, fish.
I've heard of flying fish, but they can't jump that high.
I'll get an aerial view of the sea. I'll pick my target and then dive bomb.
First,
At top speed.
you'll suffer brain injury.
Well, us Tikapoo are thick skulled, so.
That explains a lot.
Mom and Dad take turns feeding me. They stuff their bellies and then they stuff mine.
Devoted parents. I hope you're grateful.
I'm fed up with regurgitated mush. I want to taste fresh sky, unprocessed.
You should appreciate how privileged you are living in such a tight-knit colony.
Too tight. Look at them. There's room to spread out, but they're all bunched together, squabbling over territory non-stop. I can't stand it.
Ah, so that's why you've come over here.
I'm a rebel.
Except when you return to the nest for dinner.
Not anymore. I can fend for myself now. I'm going to fly far from home.
A reckless choice, you rash young booby.
Stop calling me young. My name's Corey.
I'm Sage. My advice to you is stay put. Overcrowded conditions are preferable to solitary confinement.
Don't you have any for now?
I did. I've given birth to hundreds of kids.
And where are they?
The enemy launched a full-scale attack. I told my darlings to split up and take cover. I ran all the way to this cliff top, hid underground for days, till it was safe to emerge.
And your Tamariki?
I found no trace of them. I fear I'm the sole survivor, the last rabbit on Earth.
What makes you think that?
The enemy have built a giant fence from one end of the cape to the other, penning me in.
Can't you just climb over?
I'm not comfortable with heights. I tried burrowing under, but there's a fiendish barrier.
So you're trapped here.
Between the fence and the steep drop down to the sea. The enemy send out search and destroy missions twice a day.
Well, that's a coincidence. The apes visit us morning and afternoons.
You imagine they come to admire you birds? No, they're after my head as a trophy.
I'm real sorry, Sage.
They'll never catch me. As soon as I hear their vehicle, I'll hop down to my land raid shelter. I can survive, but I can't escape.
I can, though. I've got things.
Wait, where are you going?
Out over the sea, into the unknown.
Stop. Back away. Back away.
Good idea. I'll need a running start to get airborne.
Taking your first flight ever from the top of a cliff? Sheesh. Looking down makes me giddy.
It was nice meeting you, Sage.
Wait, you haven't thought this through.
I feel this irresistible urge to just travel.
Oh dear, I didn't realize you were so conventional.
What? I'm rebelling against authority, against my parents, against the whole flock.
No, you're not. You're slavishly following the migratory instinct, as they all do.
The what?
When winter comes, the entire colony flies away. Every bird, every year.
What? Why?
Why do gannets do anything? For food, of course.
But there's plenty of fish right here.
Not during the cold months. The stock is severely depleted.
So the flock?
Seeks abundance elsewhere. You're simply making an early start.
I'm not leaving of my own free will. I'm just...
Obeying nature.
Oh, that sucks.
If you genuinely wish to rebel, Corey, there is a way. Let all the others leave. You remain here.
And starve to death. You said there'd be no fish.
Not enough to feed the colony, but more than sufficient for a single rebel.
I see.
Migration is an extremely dangerous activity. Some birds never return.
But most do.
If they survive storms, blowing them off course and battering their bodies to shreds.
Hardly seems worth going at all.
A wise point.
All right, I'll stay.
Excellent. Instead of spending the long winter all alone, I'll have you for company.
Whatever, sure.
Now flap those wings. Let's see your spectacular dive bomb.
I'd only be obeying nature. I can't be bothered giving in to satisfaction.
Cheer up.
I'm a helpless pawn sage. I might as well lie down here and rot.
Hang on. Hang on. I've been selfish. I failed to tell you how you actually can rebel.
Sorry?
All the other birds fly out towards the sea. You should head inland.
Well, that's crazy. There's no fish. There's no fish inland.
Well, there must be another coast, another sea.
Hasn't any bird explored that way before?
Never. You'll be a trailblazing skybreaker.
Whoa! Awesome! What about you, Sage? Will you be all right here by yourself?
I'm an expert at isolation. Now get going, or do I have to push you off?
Inohora.
Flap harder. There you go. Out of my life. Silly old me doing the right thing. Hey, Corey, what the blazes are you? Turn around. Turn around.
Oh, I need to work on my landing.
You yellow bellied scaredy cat. Get back up there.
I had the most amazing view just now.
Well, go and enjoy it.
Listen, I flew over the fence, and on the other side, I saw rabbits.
What?
Dozens of rabbits all over the place, and there must be thousands of them.
All the creatures you've seen are the creatures you've seen, possibly apes.
So I can tell the difference. Long ears, fluffy tails.
Goodness.
Yeah, the fence isn't there to pen you in. It's to keep you from out.
My kits.
Let's go. I'll fly you over the fence carrying you on my beak.
Allow me to give this some serious consideration.
But aren't you keen to see your Tamariki?
Of course, but lifting me up off the ground, I dread heights.
Let's take it slow. Try a few leaps. Come on, jump. Jump!
Franklin Allen Durkins, this court finds you guilty of all charges. Based on your seeming indifference to the sanctity of the judicial process, but more importantly, for your lack of concern regarding your responsibility as a citizen, we feel we have no choice but to sentence you with the most severe punishment allowable by the applicable legal statutes.
Fine.
No, not a fine.
I meant fine, whatever. I mean, how bad can the sentence be for jaywalking?
Your offence is
And just get it over with.
punishable by death.
What? Wait, what did you say?
Punishable by death.
For jaywalking?
And loitering.
But you're gonna You would.
And not wearing a mask during a pandemic.
Death? Death? Well, you can't be serious.
This case is closed.
No, wait. There has to be something. Maybe I could, do some community service or a little jail time, but, oh no. No, I can't. It can't end like this.
Franklin Allen Morrissey,
Please.
for the crimes you have committed,
Please, I don't want to die.
you are to...
Oh God.
Oh, stop being such a whiny little twit.
What?
I said to stop being such a baby. Now, as I was saying, you are sentenced to cluck like a chicken in the middle of...
What was that?
You don't like that one? Right. How about you must shear the wool off the herd of inebriated sheep?
You're putting me on, right?
You don't like that one either. Wow. Proud. All right. Here's a good one. You will climb atop the gazebo in Fenton Park and sing that I'm a little teapot song at the top of your lungs while wearing a powder blue jumpsuit. Yes, I think that seems fitting.
You want me to... What?
Sing that teapot
Yeah,
song.
I heard you. I just don't... I don't quite understand what's going on.
What's not to understand? Your crimes are, as the judge said, punished by death. I'm death. Now, I like to give people a choice, but honestly, I think you're being a touch recalcitrant, aren't you?
You're death?
All right. I think I have one that might be a good fit. You are sentenced to accessorize an entire monastery of abbots dressed in multicolor mohair suits.
You are death, right?
That's why I'm sporting the black cow.
The death. Last horseman of the apocalypse, death.
Llamas.
What?
We used to ride horses, but we switched them out.
Switched them.
Pestilence made a joke about keeping everyone on their toes by showing up on llamas, and well, we all thought it sounded like a jolly good idea. Besides, they're softer and they don't eat as much. So now, we're the 4 llama men of the apocalypse.
Llama men?
Llama riders, lamarians. We're still working on what to call ourselves.
I don't believe this.
Say, what do you think of... Now, this is just a crazy idea, but how do you like Harbingers of Llamageddon?
What?
Don't you get it? Llamageddon, like Armageddon, but...
Yeah. No, I get it. I just don't...
You don't like it. It's fine. I thought it had a nice ring to it, but...
No. Yeah, it's good. Real good.
You're just saying that.
No, I like it. Llamageddon. It has panache. Very ominous.
You don't think it, makes it sound too whimsical?
No, not at all.
When you say not at all, do you mean that it isn't even a little whimsical? We were trying to lighten things up a bit, so...
Well, what I mean, sure, it's a little whimsical, of course, just not too whimsical.
Because we felt like the world coming to an end, everyone would be feeling kind of down and could use something a little light to lighten the mood a bit before...
For...
universal bereavement and all that. Famine suggested balloons, but They just get in the way of everything, I think. Don't you?
Yes.
Yes, what? You think they get in the way?
Yes.
And although...
Yes.
What do you think of this? Blowing up those twisty balloon animal balloons one after the other for an entire weekend.
As a way of ending the world?
No! Punishment. It's a good... Oh, wait. Even better! You have to make them into hats for sticky children who want to give you big hugs afterwards. Ooh, I do think that's a fitting punishment.
Can we just go back to making chicken sounds?
No, 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 no! That opportunity has come and gone. We need to look to the future.
Couldn't I just pay a fine or something?
Frankie, you need to be more creative. Put a little avant into your guard.
Avant.
Oh, I just have a terrific idea! This just came to me. How about Harborators of Lava
What?
instead of harbingers? I always thought was a funny sounding word. I could never figure out how to pronounce it. Harbingers? 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 None of them ever felt right. But Harborators! It's like carburetors, but from Holzman.
Didn't you say it's llamas now?
And that's the beauty of it. The H could also stand for llama.
Llama starts with L.
But technically, it is pronounced Yama.
Wouldn't that be a Y?
Oh. Damn, you're right. It would. And Yarborators just sound stupid, really. Alright, maybe that's an idea for the morgue. Where were we?
I have no...
Punishment! Right! Okay, so how do you feel about watering plants?
Watering. You mean like community service hours?
Sure, why not? You can think of it as being like community service hours.
Okay.
If you were in a community of ballerina clowns.
What?
I hereby sentence you to 40 hours of watering dandelions while dressed in a tutu, wearing a big red clown nose.
Wait.
What?
I don't suppose you'd be willing to just kill me or something.
Wouldn't that just make more work for me?
I...
No, I think this will be fine.
Wait, are you familiar with the phrase cruel and unusual punishment?
No. Interested to hear what you have in mind.
You know what? Never mind.
So, we're good with the dandelions?
Yeah,
Wonderful! Remember, 40 hours.
right.
Oh, and pink.
Pink.
The tutu. It will make it go with the nose. Oh my, look at the time. I've got some souls that need reaping. They're piling up like corpses. Get it? Corpses? No. Just a bit of mortuary humor there. No one knows how to joke like a ball full of undertakers.
That's so.
Well, doo-doo-doo. See you on the other side, as they say.
Oh, goody.
The script is Killing Time, written by Paul Sirachi, and it has two characters: a therapist that's a seasoned professional, and a a young defiant man that's been mandated to do therapy. The scene opens in the office of the therapist.
This therapy thing is it's pretty much bullshit, huh?
For some people, yes. Is it for you?
Yeah, I just said it was.
Then why are you here?
My PO said it looked good for the judge when my case comes out.
So you're here to look good for the judge.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then get out.
Wait, throwing me out?
Yes, sir. I don't do mandated sessions for kids who are just killing time. Now that's bullshit.
You allowed to curse?
Fuck yeah.
I didn't know you guys therapists could curse.
Now you know. So beat it.
Hey, I mean, I already paid for the session though.
Yeah. Here's your check. Don't let the door smack you in the ass on your way out.
Hey, what's your problem?
I'm not the one with the PO or the criminal record.
Bitch.
I've been called worse.
Asshole.
Perhaps. But it ain't gonna be my ass that's standing before a judge waiting to hear your sentence. Look, I'm not here to coddle you.
You know, I don't need you to hold my hand, but I paid you to talk to me.
Actually, I thought this was your parents' check. And if you don't want it,
I don't want it.
neither do I. So, what do you want?
How about some respect?
You give it, you get it.
Hey, you were the one who started cursing.
Uh-huh. Am I hearing things, or did you just call me a bitch and an asshole?
Yeah, after you told me to fuck off?
Hold on. What I said was, fuck yeah, which is not the same as fuck you.
That was awful close, don't you think?
Let's cut to the chase here. Just say it.
So what?
We don't like each other.
So what, you don't like me?
What, was I hiding that?
Yeah, well, I thought your job was to try and understand me.
You seem to know my job pretty well. What about your job?
Yeah, don't worry about my job. You just do your damn job. How about that?
And write you a nice letter for the judge and let him know what you're doing. You're doing therapy and things are going just swell between us. Is that my job?
Yeah, that's right. That's the system.
I only work the system for somebody who's willing to work with me.
What do you want from me?
Tell me something.
Like what?
What do you want me to know about you?
My court date's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So you really thought this thing through and planned ahead.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Be glad to. Then you better start talking.
Why aren't you supposed to, like, ask me some questions or something? Or
Okay. What's your name, son?
I'm not your son, and you know my name. So what kind of shitty question is that? And it's on the damn probation that the report they sent you. So you know my name.
Let me ask it a different way. What do your friends call
You ain't my friend.
you? Agreed. But that can change.
And how's that gonna happen?
You make a different choice. Then different things happen.
You got something for me that's gonna, I don't know, turn my life around or something?
I don't do magic.
Shit, man, you don't even do therapy either.
You want a better question? How's your life going right now? Is it working for you? I'll take that as a no. So maybe then what you want to do now is, I don't know.
What, did you even read the report? Huh? Like, do you know anything about me?
I did. I know you like boxing.
Yeah, I sure do. Yeah. I like to get in the ring, beat the shit out of people.
Sounds like you found a way to channel your aggression.
Hell yeah. And I'm good at it too.
So you got skills in the ring. So now it's outside the ring. You got to step up your game.
Hey, you gonna help me with that, huh?
Not so fast. Let's stick with the boxing. You heard of a fighter, Mike Tyson?
Yeah, sure, I've heard of him. He's one of the best. He's a goddamn monster in the ring.
But he was before your time.
Yeah, I've seen all the documentaries on him.
So you like the guy.
Yeah, he was a mean motherfucker. He bit that guy's ear off and he spit it out on the mat.
Yep. He was having a bad night because Holyfield wouldn't let him fight his fight.
Yeah, well, he kept holding on to Michael. He was some damn wrestling match, and then the other guy kept giving him headbutts. So he's bullshit.
Yeah, that's right. Tyson eyes was just about swollen shut from the headbutts.
Yeah, and the other guy, he had the ref in his damn pocket. The fight was fucking rigged, man.
Yeah, so Tyson freaked out and took a bite out of the guy's eye.
Hell yeah, and I would have done the same damn thing.
Yeah. But that choice he made cost him the fight. Got him a fine, and they kicked him out of boxing for a while.
Yeah, so what the hell's all this got to do with me?
Think about it.
I hate Mike Tyson.
Uh-huh.
So what's your point?
Did I say I had a point?
Well, if you ain't got no point, then why you telling me the damn story?
If you're not interested, then let's just quit it.
The hell, man, just finish your damn story.
Okay. So let's just suppose now it's you and me and we're in the ring.
What? You want to fight me?
Did I say that? Listen to me now. Say it's you and me and we're fighting. Who are you? Tyson or Holyfield?
I'm nobody.
Oh, I disagree. You're somebody. You got to be somebody. So who are you?
I'll pick Tyson, because then I might beat your ass for all your foolishness.
Okay, let's go with that. Are you angry like he was that night?
Yeah, I'm fucking pissed because you ain't doing your job.
Or maybe you're pissed because you can't make the fight go the way you want it to.
I didn't come here to fight you.
That's right. You came here for a letter I can't give you.
Liar, you could do that for me if you wanted to, right now.
I guess I could. So how does that feel?
How does what feel?
You came here wanting to fight your kind of fight, but it's not working. How does that feel?
I mean, don't be stupid. You see how I feel.
No, I see what I see, but I'm not seeing it through your eyes. I need your help here to see it through your eyes.
You want my help? Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna file a complaint about you.
You mean like Mike tried to do with the ref that night? He complained plenty of times to the ref. But how did that go for him?
Yeah, the ref didn't listen. You are not listening. Nobody fucking listens.
Now who's the liar? Because I'm listening, waiting for you to tell me something real.
Yeah, you read the report. What else you want to know?
Is that you? That punk I read about? Flunking out of school, getting into fights, robbing people? Is that all you are?
Yep, that's who I am.
I'm not buying that.
Look, I did what I did. It's all down there written for you, all right?
Right. And there's nothing else to you but that.
What do you want me? You want me to make shit up? Like I got fucking potential or dreams?
Sure. Use your imagination. Dream a little if you want.
You know, dreams, they're for rich people.
No, I didn't know it cost you money to have a dream. Let me write that down in my notebook.
Yeah, dreams are they're for fucking losers, man.
So that make you a winner? If they're not for you, are you a winner? And make your case, because I'm listening.
Look, I ain't one shit. Well, you want me to get real with you?
Sure.
I think you already made up your mind about who I am before I even walked through that door.
You know, I was going to say the same thing about you for me.
God damn it. This is so fucking lame. Why do we gotta do this dance? Why are we doing this?
Your parents gave you a check. I took it. And here we are on the dance floor.
But we sure ain't dancing, are we?
Is that all me? That on me? The silence is deafening.
What you ain't getting from my words, maybe you'll get from my silence.
That's okay. We streets don't waterboard people when they stop talking.
Or is that supposed to be funny?
A little, but you can take it any way you want.
What I want out of this room, never to see your fucking face again.
You know, sometimes I look in the mirror and I think the same thing.
Are you making another joke? Maybe you should get into comedy, because you sure as ain't no goddamn fucking therapist. And if I were Tyson right now, I'd beat your ass real good. Maybe even bite up your fucking ear and spit it out on the floor.
No, you wouldn't. If you were Mike Tyson today, he wouldn't make that choice. You want to know why?
No. But I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me.
Yeah. See, Tyson wound up married to a good woman. And what do you know? He's been seeing a therapist for years, talking out some of the pain and the sadness that got stuck inside of him when he was just a kid like you. And we only saw his pain come out when he fought. It took him a while. But he finally opened up and let that poison go. What about you?
Nah, I ain't no Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that's right. But you may want to give it some more thought on just who you want to be. And then maybe I could be of some help to you.
Look, you want to help me? Then write the damn letter. Otherwise, fuck you.
The young man exits, slamming the door behind him. The therapist sits back in his chair, lets out a long exhale as we fade lights, end scene.
Pepperoni by Kat Gauguin and Matt Reifenberg. Jeff and Lindsay are looking at the menu in a hotel room.
I can't believe they gave my room away.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
It kind of is a bad thing.
Why? You save money. You get a free night's stay, and they didn't give away my room, so you have a place to stay. What did we decide on?
The meat lovers, I think.
Plus the pineapples.
Absolutely not. Pineapples do not belong on pizza.
I disagree, but it's not a deal breaker. Just as long as there's no other P word topping.
You mean pepperoni?
Don't even say it. I can't stand to hear that word.
Linz, it's just a topping. Don't be ridiculous.
You should have thought of that when we first met and agreed. That would be our "this isn't gonna work" word.
Well, that was like 2 years ago. I'd like to think we're past that now.
We are, and I attribute our progress to not saying the little P word.
Fine then. No pineapples, no pepper, little P word. Everything else meet with your approval?
Yep, and I'm starving, so let's order.
Jeff moves over to the sofa and starts putting a sheet over it.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'll order the pizza in a second. I just want to make my bed first.
Your bed?
Well, it's what I'm calling a bed since they screwed up my room reservation.
I won't hear of you sleeping on the sofa.
Oh, I'm not taking your bed, Linz. I'll be fine out here.
I'm not offering to give you my bed. I'm offering to share it with you.
Well, the sofa's fine. It's just for a night.
Exactly. Just for a night. Jeff, this could be our chance to see what it would be like.
Look, we've had this discussion before, and I like the way things have been with us, and nothing's changed.
After 2 years, you seriously don't feel anything more for me?
Oh, don't be foolish. Of course I feel something more. You're my closest friend.
But nothing more?
We're friends. You're my friend. That means a lot to me.
I'm not asking you to have sex with me. It's just one night in the same bed.
Why does it matter to you where I sleep if we're not having sex? I mean, really, we can talk whatever from here to there just as easily.
You might decide that maybe it wouldn't be so bad to be close to me.
I told you, I don't want that kind of relationship with anybody right now.
Not Margaret, not Anna, not blah, blah, blah. I don't care if it doesn't include any of them. I care about if it includes me.
Well, last time I checked, you were in anyone, and just listen to me. I don't want to hurt you.
You are hurting me. You make no sense. We met on a dating app. You said you loved kissing.
I do love kissing.
Then why can't we just kiss tonight?
Well, we could, but why? I mean, my feelings haven't changed.
Mine haven't either. I've loved you from the moment I met you.
I know you have. And look, I love you too. I really do. But I am just not where you're at.
But you're not even trying. Why won't you even try?
Because what we have is great. And I depend on you for a lot. I confide in you, and I'd really miss you if you weren't in my life.
But
I'm just not ready for that type of relationship.
will you ever be?
I don't know. I really just don't know.
If you were ready, would it even be with me?
I don't know. I don't know who I'd wanted to be with.
That's my answer then, I guess. After 2 years of being as close as we are, you would know if it was me.
Way to do my stinking thinking for me.
It can't be both ways. You can't not want me and then get mad at me when I say you don't want me.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Tell me what's wrong with me.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with you.
Then I don't get it. Don't we talk every single day?
Yes.
And we get along great.
Yes, we do.
I connect with you on so many levels and so deeply. Don't you feel that?
Of course I do. You know I do.
Then what is it? Why don't you love me?
You know, we're always going round and round with this. There's and you know, there's so many things I do love about you. And you want the one thing that I can't give you.
It's news to me that you love anything.
I love the way you love me.
I don't blame you there. I'd love me too. I've been there every time you've needed me. I've had your back when no one else gave a damn. And you know that's true. But after everything I've done or tried, I still mean less to you than everyone. You'd have let Jenny from the block move in with you after knowing her for a week, and she loved you so much that she broke up with you through email. And what does that love get me? I get to be the only girl you won't
Won't what? Won't screw?
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say give a chance. I've never tried so hard or wanted anyone the way I want you. Don't you ever get lonely?
Of course I do.
And do you ever think about me when you're lonely?
I think about relationships in the past.
You never dream of me or think about kissing me or anything?
Let's just stop it. I don't want to kiss you. I don't want to be your boyfriend. I don't want anything romantic with you.
Ever?
I can't predict the future, sure. I might win the lottery. I might get struck by lightning. Hey, I might think it'd be nice to wake up to Lynn's every day.
That's my chances.
Yeah, for the foreseeable future, yeah, I guess so.
Okay, at least there's hope.
Lynn's, I didn't say that.
I don't want to hear any more. You've told me your feelings. I listened and I've told you mine. I can't make you love me, but it works both ways. You can't make me not love you either.
You are a silly woman.
I guess I'll just keep on loving you and you'll keep on resisting until one of us gives in or walks away.
Or dies. How about that? We die.
One of the best things about you. You can make me laugh. Oh my God. Perfect.
You're getting that scary head spinning look like The Exorcist. I see it.
Linda Blair has nothing on me except our names both start with L. But besides that, I could spin circles around her. Oh, I was reading about this exercise to help couples solve conflicts.
Linz, we're not a couple.
Technically we are. Two people are a couple.
Well, that's winning on a technicality. Oh, I see how you're doing this now.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Come stand right here.
Jeff moves towards the bed.
Okay, so the object is for us to hold a card between our foreheads, and whoever causes the card to drop loses.
Well, that's not going to happen on my end.
Oh, it's so gonna happen. If I win, you move to the bed. Here.
Look, she looks around for a card and picks up the pizza menu.
This'll do. Come on, bend your forehead over. If you're as funny as you think you are, then you'll make me laugh and I'll drop the card and you'll win and sleep on the couch.
They stand with their foreheads holding the pizza menu. They're both laughing.
I figure you'll find some way to cheat like you did at air hockey.
Oh man, you're a sore loser. I not only beat you, I think I even scored 1 point for you because I'm a nice guy. That's what happened.
I think you mean I scored 1 point for you.
Not my fault. You don't know which side to hit it in.
Well, if the table wasn't screwed up, it was like it was slanted with a magnet pulling it towards you.
No, I think that was just my animal magnetism.
I knew you cheated.
It was pure skill, I'm telling you.
We'll see how much skill you got with this game. You didn't have time to think of a cheat.
You know, I would never want to win this game, if you can even call it that.
Really? You'd be ashamed of this after tracing your hand in the Create Art Dining on our trip to the ocean?
It made a pretty handsome turkey. And even the waitress commented on how good that turkey looked.
I think she thought you were special.
Special, all right. You see whose art sold first.
Oh, sold? Oh my God, you really believe that's the reason it wasn't on the wall when we went back to the restaurant for dinner? That sucker was in the garbage can the minute we left.
Oh my goodness, that turkey picture is hanging in some museum of fine art. I'm positive of that.
Maybe it was stolen.
Yeah, they probably have wanted posters all over. Huge reward for its return.
Oh God, we laugh at the stupidest things. There has to be something wrong with us.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that would be me, Linz. It's not you. I'm the broken one. It's nothing you've done. Everything you said was true.
You aren't fooling me into letting my guard down.
I wish you really never had it. You know, it hurts me to know that I hurt you.
Jeff, there's nothing we've ever done together that hasn't been amazing, including what we have now. I know that if you did love me romantically, it'd be like volcasmic, cataclysmic.
Yep, I've shooken up a few galaxies in my time. Yes, that's
I
true.
don't doubt it, Rocket Man. One day it'll be mine. I just know it.
Damn, I thought me going sappy would make you cry and you drop the card.
And I thought our heads together for this long with your breathing my caffeinated hairspray would make you lightheaded and you'd pass out on the bed and I'd win. Like, win, win, win.
Yeah. Well, maybe we're just always going to be tied up.
Like in a sack race, or you tying me to the bed?
Whoa there.
Maybe talking about sex is my strategy for winning this game.
Big boy.
I'd like to find out. Remember when you were almost going to make that videotape of you?
There's a knock at the door.
Oh, your plan is foiled once again.
You'll be sleeping in this bed with me tonight. I'm not giving up.
Nor am I.
Pizza delivery guy.
Pizza? Did we?
I don't think we did.
I know I didn't.
Oh, if you did it with me, you'd know. I guess the universe wants us to have pizza.
I want us to have...
Go on.
Pizza? I was talking about pizza.
Okay. Then you drop the card and go answer the door.
I'm not dropping this card. You must have ordered it.
Just because the universe finds favor with me doesn't mean I'm losing this game.
Well, I'm starving and I'm not losing the pizza.
Well, what's your plan?
Here, hold my hands.
I thought you'd never ask.
They walk with foreheads together and hold hands, moving toward the door. They turn to open the door.
I hope it's got pineapple on it.
I'll pull them off and eat the cardboard box at this point.
Those hungry eyes, in bed with me all night.
Large double pepperoni pizza.
Double?
Double?
They both flinch and the card drops. Lights go out. The end.
That's an interior hospital room. Bernie Ponzoff, male 35, lies in a bed struggling with pain. Piper Hamlin, female 55, enters the room carrying a large black bag. Piper Hamlin places the bag down and begins looking over Bernie Ponzoff's chart.
Hello, Mr. Ponzov. My name is Piper Hamlin. I'm here to prep you for surgery.
Piper, when am I supposed to get something for the pain?
According to this chart, you will be prepped for surgery very shortly, and after that, all the pain will be gone.
Yeah, all the goddamn pain will be gone, along with my legs.
Yes.
Some goddamn bedside manner you got there. A little sympathy for a man about to lose his legs could go a long way.
And yet you will still lose your legs. Did you have some plans for your legs?
What the hell kind of question is that?
Are you a professional athlete?
What? No, I'm a stockbroker.
Stockbroker, you do most of your job sitting down, do you not?
Well, so what? What's that got to do with it?
It is apparent that you have choices. You could keep your legs and live for a short time while enduring incredible pain, which would prevent you from doing your work. Or you could have the legs removed, prolonging your life and ending your pain.
Where the hell did you get your medical training? In a gulag?
I have merely stated your situation as it is currently. You still have a life. All you need is purpose.
Purpose. My life will be a wheelchair. I'm going to be a fucking invalid.
And if you could keep your legs, what purpose would you have then?
I would continue my career, build up my client base, and open up my own brokerage house.
You could do that without your legs. And if you only focus on yourself, you will miss out on the secret of life.
The secret of life. And I guess you have a handle on the secret of life.
Actually, it is quite simple. It is so simple that everyone overlooks it.
Oh, yeah? Well, how about letting one more person in on the secret?
The secret is to find a talent, use that talent to benefit others without any expectation on an award, payment, or recognition. A pure, unselfish act.
That's it?
That is it.
Well, all I know is investment. And that is my only talent. And my clients expect me to take my cut. I just help rich people get richer.
What if you were to reach out and guide those with meager means? They could benefit from your knowledge and talent. And the feeling you would achieve would be more valuable than any commission you would ever receive. Then you will hold the secret of life in your heart.
Well, even if that is my purpose, once they take my legs, at the most, they're only prolonging my life 1 or 2 years. That's not enough time to build someone's investments and change their lives.
But what if you were given a second chance? Would you devote your life to helping others?
If I could walk out of here completely cured and healthy, I would be so grateful. I would help as many people as I could humanly help.
Then I have a gift for you.
A gift? What kind of a gift?
Piper Hamlin reaches into the black bag and takes out a large candle.
What's that?
Please hold this on your chest with both hands.
Piper Hamlin places the candle on Bernie Ponzoff's chest. Bernie Ponzoff holds the candle with both hands. Piper Hamlin takes out a match and lights the candle.
What the hell are you doing?
I am igniting a small light against the darkness that surrounds you.
So it wasn't a gulag where you got your training. It was some backwoods voodoo swamp.
It does not matter where the light comes from, as long as it shines through the darkness.
And what comes next? Garlic?
And now you must take a deep breath, breathe in, and fill your lungs.
Bernie Ponzoff takes a deep breath.
Now hold it just for a moment. Now slowly exhale. Blow slowly across the candle.
Bernie Ponzoff slowly exhales. The candle flickers and goes out.
Excellent.
Piper Hamlin removes the candle and places it back in the bag. Piper Hamlin then takes out a black notebook and begins to jot down some notes.
What's the book for?
It is for me to keep track of our agreement.
Agreement? What agreement?
As we stated, when you walk out of this hospital, you will devote your life to helping others. You will help the less fortunate build their financial future.
Oh, that. Yeah, of course. I almost forgot about that.
And that would be most unfortunate if you were to forget our agreement. Most unfortunate.
Yeah, well, the first step is me taking the first step. How am I supposed to know it's okay to get out of here?
All you have to do is try.
Piper Hamlin finishes packing up and starts to leave the room.
No, it can't be that simple.
Life is not really that complicated. Just honor our agreement and live a purposeful life.
Piper Hamlin leaves the room.
Well, now, wait a minute. I don't even know how...
Bernie Ponzoff struggles to get out of bed. He managed to stand up while leaning with one hand on the bed. He slowly straightens up and realizes he can stand on his own.
The pain. It's gone. There's no pain. Nurse! Nurse!
Interior, living room. 10 years later, high-style furnishing fills the plush room. Bernie Ponzoff is standing at a desk looking over papers. The doorbell rings. Bernie Ponzoff walks to the front door and opens the door. Piper Hamlin is standing at the front entrance.
Can I help you?
No, I don't think so. At one time I thought you could, but now I know you cannot.
Huh?
It seems you do not remember me. I am Piper Hamlin. I have come to complete our agreement.
Agreement? Look, all my cases have been settled. If you want more money, get your attorney to talk to mine.
Our agreement was not about money, at least not between you and me.
Oh, I've got no time for games. Just call my attorney.
I am here to return something I took from you.
Now that's a new one. What could you have of mine?
I assure you, you agreed to the exchange.
An exchange? Are you saying we made a trade?
Exactly.
And what exactly did we trade for?
You asked to walk out of the hospital 10 years ago.
Bernie Ponzoff is taken aback and cannot respond right away.
You're the medical assistant from the hospital.
Excellent. You do remember. That will make this process so much more amicable.
Of course I remember you. It is incredible what happened after you left my room. I even asked about you afterwards, but there was no one at the hospital who knew you. I was beginning to believe I had made the whole thing up. Come in, come in.
Piper Hamlin walks past Bernie Ponzoff and enters the living room. Piper Hamlin casually walks around the room, looking over the furnishing.
Quite nice. You've done very well for yourself.
Yes, I've had some moderate success. I guess you could say I got a leg up after leaving the hospital.
Oh, yes, quite amusing. However, I must say I am a little disappointed in you.
Piper Hamlin sits down on the couch and holding her bag on her lap.
In me? Why would you be disappointed in me?
Well, even you must admit you have not fulfilled our agreement.
Agreement? What agreement?
Piper Hamlin takes out a black book from her bag and begins to read from it.
On June the 6th of 2006, at 6 o'clock, you stated, and I quote, "If I could walk out of here completely cured and healthy, I would be so grateful I would help as many people as I could humanly help," end quote. Do you recall that statement?
No, I do not remember making that statement.
That is quite a shame. And we had a verbal agreement.
Well, I am sorry, but unless you have a signed contract, do you have something I signed?
Nope.
Yes. Well, like I said, I am very busy. I am afraid I must insist you leave.
I cannot leave until I've returned what I've taken of yours.
Piper Hamlin removes a candle from the black bag and places it on the table in front of her. Bernie Ponzoff freezes when he sees the candle.
It seems you remember this.
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do.
Piper Hamelin takes out a match and lights the candle.
I don't know what game you're playing, but I don't owe you anything. You need to leave. Just pack up your voodoo witchcraft and get out of here.
Splendid. You do remember. You compared my techniques to voodoo when we first met. It is so unfortunate you did not remember sooner.
I don't know what you're...
Bernie Ponzoff doubles over in pain, grabbing and massaging his legs. Piper Hamelin motions him to sit down.
You might want to sit down before your legs become so brittle they break under the pressure of your own weight.
Bernie Ponzoff staggers to a chair and slumps down in pain.
Oh, what's happening?
I have followed your career with keen interest. You have become very prosperous by cheating families out of their life savings. Instead of helping others, as per our agreement, reach a financially stable future, you destroyed their futures.
Bernie Ponzoff struggles against the pain to get up, but he cannot.
I did my time. Oh, God. Some got some of their money back.
And some lost all they had. Some even lost their lives. And yet you still live in luxury.
The pain, it's worse than before. I can hardly breathe.
Yes, I am returning what I took away 10 years ago. The cancer is spreading rapidly. It is making up for those 10 lost years.
Bernie Ponzoff's breathing is noticeably heavy. He can barely raise his hand to his chest as he fights for each breath.
Help me. What can I do?
Mr. Ponzoff, all of you, all you can do is die. There is no other alternative plan. You were given a wonderful life, a gift that few others will receive. You had a chance to know the secret of life and you threw it away. I do want you to know that this is not done for revenge or malice. Sadly, not everyone is able to live a life unselfishly. You are simply not capable of fulfilling your purpose. And after all, a life without purpose is not really a life.
Piper Hamelin puts the black book back in the bag. She stands up and walks over to Bernie Ponzoff and places her hand on his shoulder.
You could have helped so many people. It's such a shame. I suppose I must take some responsibility as I misjudged you. It seems the darkness was not around you. It was in you. You may keep the candle.
Piper Hamelin leaves the room.
Oh, you can't leave.
Bernie Ponzoff's breathing becomes more labored and heavy. He takes one last breath. Well, we have a few more people left. I gotta say, and this is just personal for me, it just seems to me if you want to do something for this group, it takes place during a certain time. And if you don't have time to stay to do your piece, maybe you shouldn't be in the piece. I can appreciate, people not being able to stay around for the whole thing or not be able to stay for the conversation. But to be here for 10 minutes because you've got something else, if you've got something else scheduled, do that. Don't double up. But, how does everybody else feel about that?
I actually would totally agree with you that, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think there, the occasional exception of somebody's got to do an audition. I know one of those two guys had to do a self-tape and get it done by today. So he was kind of, on a ticking clock. At least he presented that to me. But I'm totally with you. I think it's kind of lame that, that we all do what we do, and then there's really nobody there to kind of at the end to comment and give some feedback. It's a little it's lame. And let me say this: I think if we were in a room together, I think it would be even that much more noticeable. Like, you can't just click a button and leave. You kind of, I think it would be even that much more noticeable. But I would agree with you.
Yeah, I used to go to stand-up comedy up in Portland, and most of the audience was filled with the people who were performing. The problem was, after they performed, they left. So by the end of the night, those few other comedians had no audience.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You just described every junior high and high school concert in the history of whatever.
Yeah.
All the parents are like, "My kid's done. I'm out of here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put them all in the finale.
It's kind of where, as I look at who's left, it's kind of, I think it's basically the writers plus Ms. Gobretti, and Allison, I guess, is also the actress on the last one. But
and
but
Paul
otherwise,
and Tim.
it's the writers that are here for the most part.
And I want to thank Allison for jumping in there. There were some technical issues with volume, so thank you very much.
Yeah, because I'm not an actor, I'm a writer. My daughter's an actor.
No,
She
I
gives
didn't
me
know.
tips when she does her self-tapes. She gives me tips because sometimes I have to help her, and I actually got a job out of one of them.
Oh,
Yes.
Wonderful.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think every writer should take a hand at acting, just to get that feel for how it gets from paper to a character, and the writer then has a better understanding of what they're putting on paper, and is that something that an actor can take on or not? I think it's a good exercise for writers.
You have a much milder version than I do, and I may just get myself beaten up for it. I think that if you haven't at least tried reading somebody else's script at some point, like you have to. How could you possibly write something without being able to go through and read it and say, this is, I could read this, right? I would be able to read this and actually get through it. I can't imagine how you could write stuff without having had the experience a couple of times.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to do it all the time, but to write and never have been an actor, even in a tiny little thing, seems impossible to me.
Because I've seen some scripts where the dialogue is like one character's dialogue is a page long, and it's sort of like, you're expecting that actor to be able to memorize all of that, plus all the other stuff that's coming. It's sort of, get that actor a break in there somewhere. Yeah.
I mean, I know there are one person plays and everything, so it can be done. But actually, the one, and Stephen, you'll probably know the one that I'm thinking of when you say this. You got to read it and say, can an actor read this and make it interesting to listen to, or is it just a very long piece of exposition?
Right.
Like, how, where can somebody put something emotional into it? And
Right.
you probably know there's one particular one that I'm thinking of when I say this.
I'm not sure, but when I know that
From our Monday night things.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I mean, the intent is there, but it's like,
yeah.
Oh my God, I could not read this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's, that one particularly, I suggested to her that she needed to break down some of that dialogue. She needed something else to go in there to give
Right,
the audience
to-
something else. Yeah.
To foil off of or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I when I first started writing, I was doing monologues. I was writing monologues. But fortunately for me, they were presented, they couldn't go over 5 minutes. So you couldn't have, this long bit of monologue. But what was the nice thing about it, since I was writing it and nobody else had heard it, if I forgot something or messed up, nobody would know. So that was a good thing.
It sounds like the wedding speech I need to put together for my daughter's wedding. Except for there is no 5-minute limit. I can just go on and on.
Well, did you ever pick abalone shells with your daughter?
I did not.
Okay.
Actually, I probably did. Now that I think about it, I must have at some point.
Write something you can use.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's a question of how much of my daughter's life I want to turn into a script and share with the rest of the world. I don't know.
The Reader's Digest.
Yeah.
So is there anyone here from Rex McGregor's script except Rex McGregor? Mary's gone, and I guess
And Owen's gone.
And Owen's gone. So I know I suggested this for you because I suggested, why not give us something, you know, that related to your life in New Zealand or New Zealand life, and it, because it seemed like a lot of your scripts that we've heard kind of take place in the United States, or they feel like they take place in the United States. So how was this presentation for you? Did it make you feel different about presenting a New Zealand?
Well, I'll wait till I hear the reactions first. But I actually, this is the first time I've heard the script. It just recently won an award for a 10-minute play contest in New Zealand. I think there were some technical difficulties we had today, which may have impaired people's ability to really get into the story. But I was just focusing on the performances. So if I ignore the technical difficulties we had, I was actually quite pleased with the way it sort of flowed.
Now, I remember you saying that you use, is it Maori language, New Zealand?
Maori, there were a few Maori words in there. So if that script was presented in New Zealand to New Zealand audiences, they would understand that kai means food, and that whānau means family, and that tamariki means children, because these are words that are used commonly throughout New Zealand society. And if somebody even stayed here for a few months, they would soon pick up on those words. But I'd be quite interested to know whether they are like distracting. I tried to use them in such a way that there wasn't any key information delivered through those words. So I just wanted to know, I mean, it is a possibility for me to revise that script for overseas audiences to change those words. So I'd be interested to see what people think.
I think your reference to family, I was able to pick up because of how it was presented. The other words I'm not sure about, but then, you know, I'm not sure if it matters. I think spicing it with that terminology kind of, you know, sets it where it is and gives us a little bit more about the environment.
I have read that when you do use foreign language, you're actually not supposed to. You're supposed to write it in English. And then what you could do is, what I've done is, because I write a lot about the Cook Islands, which also use the Maori language, so I understood those words because they're similar words. I do it in italics, and I say at the very beginning, if you have a look at Minari, the Korean movie set that was nominated for an Academy Award last year or this year. Yeah. Anyway, at the very beginning, it says all words in italics are Korean. So that way everybody is on the same page, and then you leave it up to the director to do the, you know, to get the authentic words in. That's what I had read, and that's what I actually do. Because even something like Kia Rana, which is like, because it's used so much, I think it's universal, but obviously people would have no idea what Kia Rana means, which it means hello, like Kia ora in New Zealand. Yeah.
I didn't find it distracting at all. I mean, I felt like everything I needed, I got from the context. If it was, I would just, yeah, I didn't have a problem or find that I tripped up on it at all, for what it's worth.
Ditto, Jeff.
Yeah, I think like having a word within a dialogue is acceptable. I guess if you had a whole sentence of another language, then that would definitely be something that would need to be translated. Particularly if you use the word more than once and you use it in the same reference, I think it gives the audience that opportunity to kind of pick up what it is. Is anyone else hearing like a sound coming from somewhere else?
Yeah.
Does anybody know what it is? Because I'm not seeing anyone else's speaker vibrating or motioning, but I keep hearing something coming in, but
It's
I
from
don't
the
think
great
it's-
beyond.
okay. I don't think it's from my place.
Is it wind chimes? I have some wind chimes like right
No, it
outside.
sounds like someone talking.
Oh,
Sounds like a TV to me or radio.
I tried turning off my sound. I don't know if that helped. I don't have anything here, but
hey, buddy.
I thought if there was an echo.
It's okay now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to go, everyone. I just put in the chat box.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I'd
who
love to
could
stay.
type that. For some strange reason, it didn't add your name in there. It just said chat. Huh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll see you in a month.
Thank you,
Okay.
Allison.
Will you be
Welcome.
presenting next month?
Yes, I'm on to, I've started my script. I've done a massive outline and I've just spent so long on it. So now I'm just going to jump in the script. So hopefully, my goal is to have something ready. I'm excited.
Would it be a 10-minute piece?
It'll be the first 10 pages of a feature. Can that work?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, great.
We can do it as a series.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So
Excellent. Okay.
Just post a title when you're ready and let us know what actors you need and whether or not you need a director or a narrator.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
So then it was punishable by death, wasn't it?
Mhm.
That was hilarious. Jackie really knows how to get into a character.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does it all the way.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
That guy who read Frank, but you know, what are you gonna do?
I was thinking, Jeff, he must have. Jeff must have.
That guy that read Frank, he's dragging the piece down, but
Exactly.
somehow, you know, death kept pulling it back up.
You know, you get who you get.
I thought of him as being like a straight man to Jackie, the top banana comedian.
Yes.
Right. I mean, yeah, Frank's role is entirely straight man in this. He doesn't get any of the funny lines. He's just there to set up the ball and let death spike it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you write that, Jeff?
Mhm.
Yours?
Let him have his pizza.
I think my favorite bit was Llamageddon. Really got me.
I just like the idea of punishable by death.
Yeah.
No, it's not. He's going to be killed. His punishment's going to be decided by death. That was brilliant. I really like that.
Some of the greatest stuff that I end up being able to fold into some of these pieces are little quips here and there that are made by my daughter and her friends, actually.
Oh.
And that particular part about punishable by death is I was sitting downstairs with my daughter and her friends, and we were all chatting about, somebody said something about some crime being punishable by death. And I don't remember who said it. It might have been me, it might have been them, about, so does that actually mean they're going to die, or that death is just going to come in and decide what the punishment is? And I was like, oh, well, that's going to become a script.
Yeah, I'm always telling people that, especially my family, that they have to be careful what they say around me because it may end up in the script. We're always on the outside listening. Now, was that written for anything else or for any other prompt, or?
No, it really just came out of that conversation, and I said, oh, I got to have some fun with this. Yeah.
Oh, I just want to remember that I, Rex, and Jeff, and Jackie are writers in a festival that's going to be, it's going to be a live event in Wheaton, Maryland. My script will be shown on the screen because it's a Zoom performance. And Jeff's is going to be live, right?
I think so, because they're casting it. So I think they're planning on doing it in person, which is the best way for that particular script.
And Rex,
I'm actually filming it as well, but
are you filming it on using those actors?
It is, that particular one, Love's Disenlightenment, is the first of several pieces that star those characters in that setting. And I've been meaning for a long time to put together a cast and start recording these so I can do a whole series of them.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, we're going to make this happen. But then I didn't have time in November because of all the travel and everything that I'm doing. So I said, I'm not going to try now, but I'm going to do this anyway. So we're going to film the first 2 in December with my cast, and then I'll hopefully just keep folding more and more people into it until it becomes a sitcom or we all get tired of it.
So from what I remember, this particular festival, they're using the MP4 files as a backup in case COVID changes the entire world again and they can't do anything live.
Right, yeah.
So Rex, what about yours? Yours is being done live?
I'm assuming that the same situation, that it'll be done live, but there'll be a recording.
So will you be recording using those actors, or are you going to do a separate recording?
It's for them. I'm presuming they will use the same actors.
Okay.
It's all in their hands, so I'm not involved in the process.
Okay.
They're doing Grace Saves Kel. Is that the one?
No, they're doing the Turkey one. Don't flip your snoot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is a good one to do on stage. So I've seen it once. I've seen a recording of it once on stage, but the actors were wearing face masks rather than turkey masks.
Okay. All right.
It was done in New York when, COVID restrictions were, the actors themselves had to wear masks.
So now we can move on to Killing Time. And again, the writer is here, but the actors have left the room. How did it work for you, Paul?
I'm sorry, say it again.
How did it work for you?
Yeah, pretty good. I first thing I would tell my therapist is drop the trees in the background foliage. It's like I pictured the guy in a crummy low rent office, as opposed to him having trees in the background.
In the middle of a park with a river running through it.
Yeah. So that would have been the first note I would have given him, is like, why are you doing it with that background? But otherwise, the back and forth was good. Maybe the pacing, maybe I would have picked up on the pacing, but actually, I thought the chemistry between them was very, very good. Actually, the guy that played the defiant young man, I actually thought he was great. And Bill Paden, the therapist, you could see that in a film or a TV show, his slowness actually would work, because it's such a different vibe from the kid, that it kind of actually has a really nice chemistry to it. So I really enjoyed hearing them do it today. This is the first time it's been performed, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's the guy who played the therapist seemed to, maintain a calmness all the way through. He didn't get goaded into, escalating the conversation.
And maybe one that might be a directing note, that maybe with a good director there, maybe they would have found a place for him to maybe go up and vary it a little bit. But there was something to be said about just his cool demeanor, that it didn't change, no matter that the kid was bouncing all over the place, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was good to see it.
Was there anything that you saw from this performance that you would consider altering or changing or?
You know what? No, just maybe a couple of lines that I could tighten a little bit, edit a little bit,
Mhm.
but nothing major. Nothing major. I think I want to reimagine another a continuing scene where the kid comes back.
Okay.
You know.
I think it kind of it lends to that, because for me, the ending was sort of unexpected, like nothing. It's not a resolved ending. It's like
No,
there's
no,
got to
no.
be more to it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, usually I write my scripts with beginning, middle, and end, you know. Occasionally, though, occasionally I cheap out and write more beginning and a middle and like an end that is still to come, kind of thing, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
This would be a commercial break, and then we come back and you know, the kid would come back pissed as hell,
Yeah.
saying, "Okay, man, let's talk," and then the scene would complete at that point, I guess. I'd be curious to know any other thoughts from the crew of writers here, in terms of, you know, that particular therapist with the. Was there anything in there that you saw that was interesting?
But for me, if you're thinking about there's another script coming after this one, I think I would give just a little bit of opening in there for the kid, that maybe there's a break. It may not, you know, like it looks like he's getting to a point where he's actually thinking maybe he's wrong, but it goes away just as fast as it comes in. And then that's something that could lead to why he comes back.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying there. Sure. Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
I like the moment where the difference between, excuse my language, fuck yeah and fuck you was mentioned. I thought that was a nice little subtlety there.
Yep.
There you go. Right.
It's not what's said, it's what you hear.
That's right. That's right. That kid definitely heard "fuck you." That's true. That's true.
Paul's adjusting his lighting.
You know what? I'm on a couch, but my balcony is right here, so the light comes and it goes sometimes.
No, I was talking about Paul Erler. He was over there adjusting his fusion blind.
Oh, okay.
He was
And it's
signaling
completely-
someone across the way.
It's completely night here. How about for you, Rex? What's the time? What's the lighting out there?
It's just after midday. It's supposed to be the middle of spring, but the last few days have been pretty wet and grey and miserable. So I haven't been for a walk for a few days. But I think I'll get one this afternoon after this.
So we actually have an actor left over for Flicker of Life. Paul? Paul Erler.
You mean Mrs. Gobretti, one actress that's with us, right? That stayed with us?
Yeah. We haven't heard from you.
About the script that Paul wrote.
Yes.
I thought it was fantastic. I assumed that the guy you cast as the therapist was a therapist. He was so good at keeping it flat, and the idea of introducing the fight, like connecting to the kid through the fight and making him choose one of those two characters.
Right.
It was really, I thought it was very well written, and the characters were well developed, and I'd like to see more.
Thanks. And forgive me, tell me your first name. I've been calling you Ms. Gobretti. Tell me your first name.
My first name is Goretti.
Oh, it is Goretti.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
I will write my full name here. It's funny, Ms. Goretti, because the kids call me Miss G when they can't
Yep.
say my name.
Oh yeah.
There's my full name.
Oh yeah. There
Wanna
you
call
are.
me Ms. De Silva.
Goretti De Silva. Look at that. Hey, that's a real showbiz name, Goretti. That's
Is
real,
it?
real showbiz. That's got a Hollywood flair
Really?
to it.
You know
Oh,
how many agents have asked me to change it for 30
Oh,
years?
really?
Because they're having too much trouble trying to pronounce it, right?
They're like, what are you? You're not white, you're not black, you're not Hispanic. What is this name? What are we supposed to do with you? Now there's ethnically ambiguous out here. Finally, these last, 5 years or whatever. But
I know this
that,
is way out on a limb, but do you have any relationship to a geologist by any chance?
no, we're poor folk.
When I was in grad school, one of the main people on a project I was involved with was Sean De Silva, the only other De Silva I've ever come across. So
That's funny because Silva is the equivalent of Smith in English for Portuguese people.
oh, is it okay?
Oh, wow.
The da in front of it makes it kind of Spanish royalty is attached to it or something. And Goretti's an
All right,
Italian
Your Majesty.
surname.
Goretti, is that your background? Portuguese? I was thinking maybe
Yes.
Italian too, but
No,
Portuguese,
but Goretti, I grew up in Little Italy. That's why I got Goretti as a name. But my family is from the Azores Islands.
Oh wow.
Portuguese,
Wow, look at that.
northwest of northern Africa and west of southern Spain and Portugal in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And
Wow.
it's farmers and poor people for many, many
So-
lifetimes.
So it looks like we have most of the cast and crew for Pepperoni.
Woohoo!
Hello,
Yeah, all of
pepperoni.
Kat is still here.
Yes, I am.
How did it go for you?
I thought it went well. We had I don't know, 3 weeks or so ago, we had a reading. And the first time through, the whole script was kind of comedic. And then we discussed it because we, in writing it, had really not thought of the first part as so much comedic. So then they read it a second time, and it almost took away the part we liked of the comedic and made it all, more dramatic. So finding the balance of that was, I think, the hard part. And today I thought it went much better in that transition, so that they kept the lightheartedness connection that the characters had, but there was still time for that moment of seriousness when they were aggravated with each other, or kind of at the point they always end up finding themselves, a stalemate kind of thing.
So in that process, did you change any of the writing, or was it just in the directing?
So they did make some suggestions. One thing was, I originally had that they had been together 5 years. Paul in particular thought that was unreasonable, like nobody would believe. I think he was going for 1 year maximum. So 2 years was kind of a compromise.
Right.
I guess really for me, it didn't make a difference if it was 5 years. I can see a character being that way, loving someone for 5 years. But from the male perspective, Paul thought, they would move on after a year of this back and forth, when that character does find someone they want that kind of relationship with. So Matt and I talked about that. And I don't know, Matt, if you have anything you want to say about it, but we did go with the 2 years.
Well, how long did Harry know Sally?
I'm sorry.
From the movie when Harry meets Sally, is it Harry meets Sally or Sally?
Harry Met Sally is the movie.
Harry Met Sally. They had a long relationship, didn't they?
I mean, I think it's possible. I think it's totally possible.
But by the way, I wasn't the only one. Goretti also backed me up and felt like that the woman holding a torch that hot for 5 years, that kind of made her a different kind of woman, not all that realistic, more of a comedy. Am I speaking out of
What I found trouble with it, and the reason it was comedic the first time we read it, for me, as a choice, was because I felt like the transition was very difficult to go from having fun, and then having this dramatic moment where he is breaking my heart, and then going right back to fun, unless my word was she was delusional. If she's delusional, then I can make it work. And that works through comedy. For me, my choice was comedy. And so I didn't, the 5 years, 2 years, all of it, like it just was, for me, it's too much to make it a realistic thing. I don't know what it looked like to the audience. Maybe I'm wrong. But we dropped the comedy take and tried to make something more real. And I found it challenging as an actor, which I love a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
But my go-to thing is always comedy. So if I can't make it work, I'm going to make it funny. I hope I didn't destroy it, Kat. And I'm not saying that that I've been in situations where I've cared about somebody for so long, way longer than I should have, and and I'm not saying that makes us all delusional, but in this, to make that transition work, I chose to play her delusional, and that's why I came across. And Kat was saying it was a real, like, play it real. She's not delusional. She actually does,
And I guess for most of the dialogue, it would seem like the questions that the female brings up would be questions someone would bring up in a shorter period of time.
I thought.
Yeah,
That's what I
if
thought.
they were together for 5 years, that question of, wouldn't you ever want to have a relationship with me, would have probably come up a lot sooner.
In my mind, yeah.
I think the character, it does come up. It comes up all the time. That's why they keep finding, that's why he keeps saying, we're back to like talking about this. I've told you and I've told you. And so I think they'll be having this conversation again, a year from now, 2 years from now. Maybe it's just a hopeless romantic part of me or whatever, but I just feel like his line about, I think we're always going to end up in a tie. I think that's like, they're always going to come back to that. So I think this isn't the first time they've had the conversation. It's just her next attempt at, hoping this time is going to be the time he gives in. And at the end, so this was another kind of change in the acting we did today, was having Paul's character kind of be like the sexual innuendo, like having him play along with that a little at the end. There wasn't a lot of time to do much with it, but I felt like that was maybe another, like maybe the experimenting of him seeing like what it might be like with still not having to commit to anything. So that's how I saw it anyway.
Okay.
Who ordered the pizza?
The universe.
I swear mine had no
Wrong room. I like that process though, where particularly I think that's one of the best things about this group is the writer has that opportunity to work on a piece and get that kind of feedback from other sources. I think that's what I like best about this group. It's great for a writer to hear their work being performed in order to see what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah, this is a relatively new play that we've written. I think we wrote this as part of we wrote like 10 different plays, I guess, and they all take place in a hotel. And this is one of the plays that took place in a hotel. So this is the first time we're hearing it, other than the readings that we did previously. And I just want to thank Paul and Goretti and Tim for doing this for us. And, you know, appreciate your input and stuff. And it's been fun.
So are you doing a feature where you have different characters in a hotel? Or are you thinking about it as a series of acts that take place in a hotel?
A series of acts that take place in a hotel. It's not necessarily, we just wanted to write like 8 or 10 plays that all take place in a hotel. And then we were going to take those and turn them into a book. And, you know, we would essentially have all the dialogue written, and then we just have to go back and add in all these, you know, different elements like blue wallpaper and, you know, that sort of thing. So that's where that's where the idea came from. We had the idea for the book, and then we decided, oh well, let's write all these 10-minute plays, and so that's kind of where that came from. And this was one of them. I think we did another one. It was In the Next Closet. Do you remember doing that?
Yes.
That was a couple months ago.
Yes, we did. We had Tim. Actually, we have kept Tim for our readings. He has such a great voice for, so we've been
Stage
really
direction,
lucky.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Tim's a writer also.
Yeah.
I know. And also he's spent time in Kentucky for college, right? So, you know, we have a lot of connections with him that we didn't even know about.
Yeah.
We'll get Tim to give us a piece one of these months.
Yeah.
Well, the last one is A Flicker of Life. Paul's still here and I'm still here. And considering it was a last minute change in the acting, I think it still went well. I like the contradiction in the two characters. So. Goretti's kitten.
I'm actually fostering this sick kitty. This is not, but it's grown to love me in the 3 weeks it's been here.
How sweet is that? How sweet is that? Oh boy. Well, look what I got right here on my couch, right here. Let's see if I can show them.
Nice, that's nice.
That's the biggest cat I've ever seen in my life.
You bet, you bet. Hey, you know, I enjoyed the last piece. It almost had a flavor of like a 50s dramatic black and white television piece, you know, and I got that the nurse seemed to be like an angelic being, or, you know, a being that had the opportunity to, you know, give him a second shot at life and take away the cancer, the leg issue. And it was interesting to see that he didn't come through on his end of the bargain. And then she came back to, you know, give him back his cancer because, you know, hey, you didn't do your end of the bargain. So I actually, it was kind of fun to see it play out. You know, it might have been interesting a little, you know, maybe a little bit in the middle to see him be this kind of a jerk, continue to be a jerk, as opposed to hear about it when the angel came back, when the woman came back into it. And I will tell you this, it was a little distracting that you named him Bernie Smadoff, or I know he's a Bernie Madoff character. Yeah, I believe that's a takeoff on Bernie Madoff, or if it wasn't, that's certainly what I attached to a Bernie, and it had an off ending. So to be honest, that's too on the nose, and it was distracting to me. And if like you wanted to just call him Bernie, you know, maybe you get what you want, but you don't have to put it on the nose like with the whole name there with the stage directions. No need to do that. But it was fun, and it just reminded me of something from the past, like something from 50s television, you know, a little dramatic.
Well, I am heavily influenced by Twilight Zone.
Yeah. There you go. Yep. I think Patty Chayefsky's, I'm a big fan of his work in the golden age of television and some of his TV writing. And it kind of almost had that flavor. I know he did a couple of pieces that had that kind of piece flavor to it. So I guess, but you're right. It smacks of a Twilight Zone piece. Yeah. Just to get a little bit more meat on the bones, so to speak. We just saw the beginning and the end, but there was no real middle to it, in my mind, anyway. But a good piece. It was fun to watch.
Thank you.
I found,
Yeah,
I found it difficult to watch Paul dying.
Very well done.
Heartbreaking.
I found it difficult also.
I kind of got a vibe of like Ghost of Christmas Past kind of thing. That's kind of what it reminded me of. And
I'll see you guys.
Hi, Jeff.
but it was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was.
I thought we
definitely
needed
interesting.
something Halloweenish.
Yeah.
And did you name her Piper because he's has to pay the piper?
Yes. I don't remember where Hamelin comes from, but I think it's I think there's a reference to a some type of demon or something, but I can't remember what the reference was.
It's the Pied Piper story. The character comes from Hamelin in Germany. It's called the Pied Piper of Hamelin.
There you go.
Everything's connected.
Yeah. I try to do a little bit of research with my names, not all the time, but sometimes. I like them to have some history or meaning.
So was Ponzoff also including Ponzi from Ponzi scheme in there as well? Yeah, I picked up on that.
Yes. Yep. And then I don't know if everybody recognized it, but there was, let's see. If I can find it quickly. On June the 6th of 2006, at 6 o'clock, you stated, and I quote, so it was 666.
Yeah.
Missed that.
So that was 666. That was where you get the horseman of the Llama apocalypse or whatever it is.
Sign of the demon.
Yeah.
We're forming a connected universe here.
Yeah. We're all connected. Everything is connected. So are we done for the night? Anybody got anything else to promote besides me and Rex?
Break a leg.
Break a leg, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you'll notice in the next edit of this session, there will be some music composed by Paul Uhler.
All right. Yeah.
Awesome.
So if anybody
multi-talented Paul.
If anybody needs some music for anything they're working on, contact Paul.
Paul, what's your so do you have a background in music, and do you do all different instrumentation? Or
I don't. I'm not professional at it. I'm an amateur, but I love doing it, and I've written for some short films.
Okay.
Music, and I was trained as a pianist.
Oh, okay.
And classical pianist.
So does that mean your music tends to focus more on the keyboard synthesizers, or?
Yeah, but I do use different the digital sounds like strings and horns and guitar and harpsichord and different instruments with it.
Gotcha.
Good to know. Good to know. My writing partner and I just finished a children's musical that we wrote over the pandemic, and we're trying to shop it around now. We've got like 3 theaters, 2 in St. Louis and 1 in Louisville, that we're targeting, but if anybody knows any theater companies, maybe in the LA area or anywhere really, that is interested in a family musical, I appreciate a shout out.
Sure.
I don't know of any. There used to be a Civic Light Opera in LA and in Long Beach, but they folded years ago.
Well, I definitely know there used to be a few theaters in NoHo that did children's theater. I'm even thinking that relatively famous one over there by the famous Italian restaurant. What's his name? Came out of there. Oh shoot. But
Little Tony's, near Little Tony's?
No, well, Little Tony's is in North Hollywood. No, I'm thinking the one that's more by Universal, down toward that way. There's a theater that's pretty famous. The Italian guy that's a mafia guy came out of there. He did a one-man show and got discovered out of that particular theater, from what I recall. And I know they do some children's theater out of there.
Oh, cool.
But I'm sorry, I can't give you the name though. Not good. Brain is not holding on to those things anymore.
There's a theater company right across the street from Bob's Big Boy in Burbank. I forget what they're called.
The Falcon Theater. Yep. And that's by the famous movie director, the comedy guy.
Gary Marshall.
Yeah, Laverne and Shirley. Yeah.
There I don't know what theaters are still alive here because so many shut their doors during COVID.
That's right.
But, the one on 3rd Street, Promenade, or not the Promenade part, but right around there. I can't think of the name. Santa Monica Playhouse, maybe, but I don't think it is Santa Monica Playhouse. They had a huge children's thing. They did all kinds of stuff there.
Yeah.
Adult and children, different ones, but was one of the places that I thought about taking kids that I teach to see a show.
Oh, great. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think the tricky thing, Tim, is going to be what theaters manage to stay open, after a year and a half being closed. That'll be the curious piece there.
There are a lot of theaters in San Diego area that do a lot of children's productions.
Oh.
And do you subscribe to the Playwrights Helper list?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, they print out a monthly list of all theaters in the country looking for plays, and a lot of them I saw last month. There were maybe 3 or 4 that specialized in children's theater and some in musicals.
Well, I have a membership for the New Play Exchange, which is great, and I posted the script like one day ago, and then this morning I already got a notice saying here's an opportunity that you might be interested in Portland Children's Theater. So that's a good resource. If anybody is a member, I don't know, it's a New Play Exchange. It's a network of theaters that promote new works.
Okay.
You have to pay like $12 a year or something to have a page on there.
Oh, really?
What do you put on the page?
You post your script and the synopsis and like the demographics of the cast and like how many people in the cast and themes and stuff and a little synopsis, and then like every week or two you'll get notifications of like this play will be perfect for this theater, and then you click and apply, or you can just click and it'll automatically have the theater look at your script.
So this isn't the one where you have different writers, they have to exchange scripts, you have to read somebody's scripts in order to, okay.
No, you can read other people's stuff and comment on it, but it's not required.
Okay.
And again, this is a website. I could put in New Play Exchange and I'll get the website.
Yeah, it's a huge database. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's got thousands of playwrights on there. But I've put a number of my scripts on there, but I've only actually got one actual production out of it, which paid royalties, which was good. But minimal return for me because my work's mainly short plays.
Yeah, a lot of short plays are on there.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna say goodbye. It was great hanging out with you, hanging out with everybody. Good working with you today.
See you all.
See you next time.
Thank you. I'm gonna go too. Gotta go give him some medication, antibiotic time.
All right.
Have a good. Bye.
Bye.
Bye now.
Good night.
Thanks,
See you.
Stephen.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. I guess we'll see you next month.
Okay, thank you.